hiring a realtor in Roatan, Honduras. So yeah, great question. Actually, look no further than right here. So thank you very much for watching YouTube. Realtors are, well, we're everywhere and we are not even close to being equal. And I know that I'm very pro realtor. Obviously I'm highly biased. Even in areas where I'm not licensed, I still work with an agent. I've got a property that I'm about to list, or I have a realtor about to list it in Georgia. Anyway, I use realtors all the time, but there's a big difference between a good realtor and someone that's just going to annoy you and waste your time and you're going to do all the work anyway. And there's really not a big scale on, hey, this one's a rock star and super awesome. This one is going to drain you, drive you crazy, and it's going to make you dislike realtors for the rest of your life. I've worked with both. This is my goal every single time, to be right there. So when you choose to work with me, we're going to keep it right here. Maybe just, exceed expectations at any and all times. And a couple things you can look for in Roatan, which is a little bit different from I'm just comparing North America because that is where I'm from, and that is also where I have a broker license, and so I have worked in the U.S. and Roatan. So everything online in like Colorado that you would usually Google, you can do lots of things that are quite easy. You've got all the reviews. We do that here. We do that down here also. But I wouldn't say it's as telling. The boots on the ground and the local reputation of a realtor has a lot more significance than what our website shows. We all have great websites. Well, actually that's a lie. We don't all have great websites. We all have websites. We all have a Google, the Google. We all have the Google, Facebook. Some of us have TikToks. We're getting better at that. And so I really like seeing what everyone's doing. We've got the YouTube pages. We have all of that. But all of those things are really great. But what separates us, or separates a good realtor from maybe not as much, is, well, the local reputation, which is difficult to find online, or you can't do it online. I would say is consistency with the agent, because we have a lot of people, realtors doesn't have to be a full-time job. It can be 3 full-time jobs, or it can be like hey, I'm gonna do this when someone calls me and I feel like answering my phone, which I deal with those people a lot, and I call them a lot, and I'm like, hey, when are you gonna, hey, I'm waiting for the survey, I'm waiting for this, I'm you're gonna wanna find a consistent realtor. That's really what's gonna separate the good ones from the bad ones in Roatan. It seems really simple, but there's a couple things you can look for with consistency. Is one, how long have they been on the island? Do they actually live here? Do they go what do they do? My full-time residence is here. I do listings in Colorado, but I do it all from here, which we'll see how long I continue to do that. As long as I can provide the top tier service, I'm going to continue to do that. That's my diatribe, and I'm looking at a partner right now. So anyway, that's on top of mind. But consistency, and you can see that from social media, or you see people like for a month, they're just pounding it out and getting they're doing so much, and then they stop. Well, I'm going to say that's a telltale sign of how you're going to be treated when you work with them. And it's the ones that get up every day and do the same thing every day. There's probably about 25 of us that I'm like, you know what? I would work with any of these people out of the 125-ish that are licensed. Very similar to in the United States. I think they said 80% of realtors did less than one single sale back in 2023. I would say that's probably similar to here. Our sales cycles are a lot different. My volume here is much less than it is in Colorado. It's also nice that my average home sale in Colorado is over $1 million. Here, it's closer to 200,000. So, that's 5x multiplier. And I have to work 4 times as hard for the deals here versus Colorado. But anyway, I digress. So hiring a realtor, word of mouth is very great. So on top of consistency, word of mouth, and everyone's reputation. Everyone can look beautiful on social media and online, but what really happens, since we are such a small island, we are a small community, and reputations do still matter here. It's kind of, it's nice. So you can go to just local places, and you can go anywhere you want. and you can start asking about, hey, what do you think about Lauren? And they might be like, Lauren who? Or, oh, the one that's on TikTok all the time. That's what I get a lot. So thank you for watching. But you can get local word of mouth, you know. Not everyone's going to be a super fan of everybody, but what you really want to look for is, well, one, if you're getting a consistent theme, if one person's like, this person's just good or bad, but I would get at least 3 locals' opinion, the people that live here, from various business owners to maybe I wouldn't trust the person that's on there like tent salva for the day, but you know what? You might get some honesty right there. But you're looking for just people that know, since it is such a small island, everybody knows everybody. And if there's like tons of people that are like, you know what, I've never heard of this person. I don't know if that's a very good thing, because there's not very many of us that do this job. And so everybody should kind of know of us. Not, nobody knows everybody, but you should get a general theme of, oh yeah, this person, yeah, I've seen this person around, or something of that nature. You want to make sure it's not a ghost or just an online figure, because yes, social media is not always real. Try to make it as real as possible, but I did clean up for about, I don't know, actually not that long. I just shoved it all right behind the couch so you can't see it right there. So that's the realness. So hiring a realtor in Roatan, it's best to be boots on the ground. Look at the local feel. It is a little island, so everybody, well, you can find out a lot of information that you can't find out online, and you can actually get honest information. We don't really have online peer-reviewed sites like we do in the United States. I know I was about to say the Google again. Really aging myself today. So like Zillow does, they look at post transactions, so they make sure that the reviews are real. We don't have Zillow or anything like that down here, so a lot of the reviews, some of them are real, some of them aren't, and it's really difficult to tell which ones are real and which ones aren't. And that's kind of why I do it's a love-hate with Zillow, but I do like the access to information and that you can actually see if a realtor is working. But they do not have anything like that in Roatan. So the word of mouth is always important, and consistency. If you see a realtor out there, constantly on social media, it probably means, in Colorado, it's like, dang, do they do anything else? Here, I spend an entire day, once a week, I spend around 8 hours doing social media every single week. And I've done it for, since 2020 is when I really started getting over it and just starting posting. And so thank you for tuning in. I know I talked a lot, but those are the 2 biggest things on hiring a realtor in Roatan, Honduras, is the word of mouth and consistency. All of the online, the social media, it's great, but at the end of the day, everybody looks good under the right lighting.